Welcome to I Need Some Disney, the podcast where we dive into everything Disney, from the parks to the rides to the movies to the shows and everything in between. We are talking all about High School Musical this episode, so get ready, get your Wildcats jersey on, practice your basketball choreography, and I'll see you at the theater production. I'm Blake T. Wild, and today, I am not the host. I am the co-host. The co-host to the actual host, Lena. Did that work? Did that make sense at all?
No, that didn't make sense. Okay, I guess I'm running this more than him.
She knows more, but you were far more into High School Musical than I ever was.
It doesn't mean I'm not. I'm the guest, okay?
You're not the guest.
I'm the guest you bring on to talk about it to get more info.
You're the... I can't remember the word.
The special guest. It is starring me.
Okay, you're being a really Sharpay right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, today we are discussing High School Musical.
All of them.
No, just the first one.
All of them.
No.
Dang.
We gotta extend this out. We gotta push stuff out. We can't just do all the... We did all the Space Mountains in one episode.
Oh, there wasn't much to talk about.
There really wasn't. They were all the same.
Okay.
So we are discussing the classic, the modern-day Grease, if you will.
Yeah, close enough.
Before we get into this, I have some general notes and interesting things that I discovered while I was doing my notes and everything. In 2004, Peter... Oh, God. I should have looked up how to pronounce his last name.
Barsocchini?
Yeah, I think...
Barsocchini?
Peter Barsocchini. Barsocchini. He is not Italian.
He's not Italian? That looks Italian.
Well, he is American, but he's not that Italian. He wrote the first draft of the script for the Disney Channel original movie, High School Musical, for his preteen daughter named Gabriella and many of her friends who the characters were named after.
Oh, that must be awkward.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Imagine being like, yeah.
I imagined them getting bullied for it a lot.
Well, if they did, it wasn't as bad as Jake Lloyd got bullied for The Phantom Menace. Barsocchini recalled playing basketball in high school when a teammate, Lynn Swan, confessed his... Why did they... It's been a week or two since I've looked at these notes that I got. Why did they feel the need to write the name of the person who confessed his aspirations of wanting to be a ballet dancer? Maybe they were like a well-known ballet dancer?
Well, why didn't you look that up?
I didn't think about it until just now.
It's not that weird he remembered his teammate's name.
I guess, but it's just weird that, like, on whatever page I got this from online, they named the guy first and last. This was the other crux of inspiration for the obvious storyline where Troy Bolton, a high school basketball player, holds ambitions of becoming a musical theater performer. And just like everybody who has a successful film, he knew it was going to be great as soon as it got greenlit, because the first draft of the film got greenlit.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Normally, it's not the first draft. Normally, you got to do a bunch of rewrites.
Yes, yeah. As he sent it in, and like a week later, I think he said he got a call back and said it was greenlit. Which is insane. The film had a budget of $4.2 million. I imagine they excelled making that back on, merchandising, I guess, because it was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, just merch. Well...
The soundtrack sales, probably?
The soundtrack. Oh, I need to find my CD copy.
You can probably find plenty on eBay. High School Musical was filmed at the summer of 2005, with principal photography taking place in Utah, which, when we recently rewatched all these films, back to back, I didn't realize where it was set, so I looked that up and saw that it was in Utah, and was like, oh, this movie makes way more sense if you watch it and assume that all the characters are Mormons.
No, it doesn't.
Then I went on to learn that it takes place in...
It's Colorado.
No, it's New Mexico.
Isn't it?
It's Albuquerque.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
But I think my headcanon is that it is in Utah and that they're all Mormon.
How are they
I don't
all
know.
Mormon?
They just really seem Mormon to me. Just their values.
Their values.
Just how everybody acts. They all seem very Mormon. Here's something I didn't know. Did you know that I was about to say Troy Bolton didn't sing his own lines. Do you know Zac Efron didn't sing any of his lines in this movie? I take that as a no.
Well, no, he couldn't sing a few notes because they were too high.
Yeah, he couldn't sing any of the notes for the song, so they had to get Drew Seeley to sing every song on the soundtrack or whatever, with the exception of like a couple lines here and there that were like the introductory and
What?
ending.
Are you even reading your own notes? It's just the few lines.
With Efron himself singing the first and last few lines in Start Something New and Beginning.
Are you sure? Cause
Yeah.
No, I know Drew Seeley helped him with most of that, but like...
Yeah, it was him the entire first movie, and then High School Musical 2 and 3, they switched it to, what do you call it? What's the other vocal range? Baritone, maybe?
His actual voice range?
Yeah, whatever his actual voice range is, they switched it to that. I have the soundtrack list right here. Drew Seeley. Drew Seeley. Drew Seeley. Drew Seeley. Instrumental.
Okay, that's where you threw me off, because, like...
What?
Well, you were making it sound like Zac Efron didn't sing at all.
I would say he may as well not have. Singing, 4 lines maybe in total? It's not really...
Sure, it was 4 lines.
Yeah. I have it right here. It was the intro, the first and last few lines in Start Something New, and the beginning of Breaking Free.
I just didn't realize how much. I thought he sang so much more.
Who? Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking of High School Musical 2 and 3, where it actually is his voice.
Oh, I know it's all his. Well, like, I could have sworn there was moments when you could hear... Because Drew Seeley, he's... Like, I know what his voice sounds like.
Yeah, he's Troy Bolton. Don't look at me like that.
You said his last name wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I always knew that. They knew they couldn't get away with it, even after the second one.
I don't think it was them trying to trick people. I think it was more like, oh shit, because Drew Seeley auditioned to be Troy Bolton. So that's interesting. But I think it's more of the fact it's like, oh no, Zac Efron can't sing these songs. Get the runner-up to come back. It's like how presidencies used to be declared.
It's weird. It feels like a lot of it's like covered up, because I was trying to find more stuff right now, and they don't actually give you a straight answer. And a lot of these are like .com websites saying he didn't sing at all, which it's obviously a lie. Like, his voice is in there. Like, you can hear his voice.
It's a horrible cacophony of two men's voices coming from the soul throat of Troy Bolton. It's a horror film. Is that in the Book of Mormon?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They don't give you a lot of information of what went down.
There's not a lot of information on much of the first film because it was a TV movie that they had no idea it would be this successful.
Yeah, good point.
The film, however, speaking of success, it won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Choreography for Kenny Ortega. Mm-hmm. Of course, he's the director. He's also the choreographer, one of them. He's worked with dozens of famous people. He was like good friends with Michael Jackson as well. He testified at Michael Jackson's like death trial.
What?
You know how like it's like malpractice or something, like the doctors were giving him shit that killed him. He testified at that.
Oh.
He was he was there. I think he was the first person they called up. Charles Clapow and Bonnie Story are the other two choreographers for the film. I think they went on to work on the other two. I think they all kind of worked together. It wouldn't be shocking if they did, since these films were made essentially back-to-back each year. Are you ready to get into the actual discussion of this feature, well, not a feature film, this made-for-TV musical film?
Yeah, it actually turned out really good for like what it is.
It did have a budget of $4.2 million.
Good point.
Which is not a lot for movie-wise. They filmed it over like probably less than average amount of months for a film since it was made for TV. Like the basketball routines that they had to learn.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 2 weeks maybe of choreography, if that.
Yeah, and if you've ever tried to dance with a basketball.
Did you?
Like...
Did you try to dance with a basketball when you were a kid after you saw this?
Well, like the choreography they were doing. Of course. Like, it was hard. I couldn't even do any of it. especially getting it to all look good too and synced up. So starting out with this movie, so it is about, it starts out with Troy and Gabriella meeting at a vacation spot for New Year's Eve.
I never knew it was New Year's Eve until we just rewatched it.
You would have known that because it premiered on New Year's Day.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Did it really? I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought it was like closer to the summer. I believe you. I don't.
And they meet because they end up singing karaoke together, which sounds terrifying. Unless you can sing like them, then you're fine. They start off with their song and Start As Something New.
What are your thoughts on that one?
Start As Something New. I really love that song. It really hooked you into the movie.
I think it's forgettable.
It's the start of something new.
I still think it's forgettable. Compared to everything else that is on here, I think there are better songs. Especially...
What? It was the foreshadowing. They're going to start something new in their lives?
Yes, that's just Grease.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't like it that much. It's not my favorite.
Well, it's just a karaoke song.
That is true. I didn't realize that. That's a song that exists. Is this the only song that they sing that isn't like, well...
What?
Yeah.
No, this was written for the movie.
I know, in their universe, though, because it's a karaoke song, that means that it exists, that someone actually made this, and it's popular enough to be on, like, the karaoke machine somebody bought at Best Buy, or whatever. Is that the only song in the film that...
Well, technically, yeah, because
that?
Other ones Kelsey wrote.
It's either, it's Kelsey wrote them, or it's, like, the inner monologue.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting, I guess. I never really thought about that. I didn't realize they were at a ski lodge, either. Ski lodge in Utah!
Well, you don't
Wait a minute.
see them go skiing. I think you got the wrong fact there.
That is on...
They're supposed to be in Albuquerque still.
Yeah, that's insane. This is from the Wikipedia. I just copied and pasted the synopsis on there. They meet at a ski lodge in Utah, Mormons, and then they go back to Albuquerque? That is...
Well, it was filmed in Utah, so...
Well, I know. Is that like why they wrote that? I need to see the actual script. I need to see what the script says. Like, interior, ski lodge, Utah.
Again, yeah, that's probably wrong. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be in Albuquerque.
Where is it? I guess... Does it... Maybe they're in, like, Flagstaff.
I don't know.
Or just northern New Mexico, I suppose. Anyway...
Anyways, but, school year starts again.
If you've seen Grease, you know what's gonna happen.
And, of course, Troy already goes there, and Gabriella is a new transferred-in student.
So Gabriella is... I was gonna say exchange student, but that's not right. Transferred student. Did they ever say what her mother does?
Something that makes her move every year.
Is it like... I wonder if it's... I can't imagine it. It doesn't seem like it's military. Maybe it is. What else
Could be banking.
Banking?
Yeah, sometimes if they need you at a different branch, they keep moving you around.
I guess.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
That's what I always thought it was. Because they
Why?
need you at different branches.
Oh, just based on, like, there's nothing in the film that made you think that? That was just kind of what you thought?
Yeah, and that's what I always thought it was. Because what else would it really be? What would actually make you move that much? No, not secret, sir. Undercover protection. What is it called? They don't make you move that much.
They do if her ex-husband's trying to get her.
While she's there, of course, they meet more people, right? So they end up meeting Sharpay.
Sharpay Evans.
Sharpay Evans.
Is her dog there?
I don't think so.
And her brother. What is his name? What's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan, there you go.
And then Ryan, and then Taylor and Chad.
Who's Taylor? Is that the black girl? Oh. She was like... Who is she?
She's supposed to be Gabriella's best friend.
It never seems like it. Like, I feel like she gets less and less screen time as the films progress. And they... Like, she's in all the advertising and everything, but she's like such a side character.
Yeah.
The one thing that shocked me about watching all three of these again, Chad is Corbin Bleu, right?
Yeah.
Is how little he's also in it.
Well, yeah. Well, this movie wasn't that long anyways.
I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like
They're still important to the storyline, though.
I feel like there's like a Mandela effect where people think that Chad had a bigger role in this film than he did. Like, why was he so... Like, I feel...
I mean, they both had a pretty decent role. They were getting upset at their friends for trying to do something different.
That's true. It was the start of something new. Oh, yeah, then it's get your head in the game, right? Because that... What's the corresponding song in Grease? Isn't it the opening song where he sings about meeting... I don't even know what her name is.
Sandy?
Sandy? You know what I'm talking about?
I wouldn't compare it to that, no.
This Get Your Head in the Game? Isn't there a song like that? Maybe not the first one. Is there no Get Your Head in the Game of Grease?
What do you mean?
Like the song about like him falling in love with her and the guys are like...
That's not what Get Your Head in a Game is about, though. And then the Grease one, only separate song he has is the one at the movie theater.
I guess it's not the
where
song.
Where he screws everything up.
I don't remember that at all. There's a movie theater in that?
At the drive-in?
I don't remember.
Okay, you shouldn't be commenting on Grease if you don't remember it.
I've never been a big fan of Grease. I'll say it. I like musicals. Don't really care for Grease. It's alright. It's not my favorite. It's no High School Musical.
It's no High School Musical.
Get Your Head in the Game. Would you say... I would say this is the second most popular song?
Yeah. That one's really catchy. And also the choreography was top-notch. So, that one really sticks out.
Yeah, no CGI basketballs like they do in the third one.
I don't remember that in the third one.
There's a scene where, like... Isn't it when he's, like, lamenting his life and, like, CGI basketballs rain down around him or something?
Oh, I thought those were real.
No, those are 100% fake.
Well, then fine, it was fake. So that one is, probably one of their most popular songs. But I don't know, it doesn't stand out that much because it's short.
Yeah, nothing really...
It's a really short song.
Let's see how long it is. I have the soundtrack down here. Get Your Head in the Game. And it's 2.5 minutes. Drew Seeley helped write it.
And that's the one only by Drew Seeley, right?
Probably. The other ones are always like duets.
You can like really hear his voice in that one.
Yeah, I never knew that until now. What happens in Get Your Head in the Game?
Nothing really. He just needs...
Is it during a basketball game or is it basketball practice? It's practice, right? What is their team? Oh, yeah. Wildcats. Of course. Hashtag never forget. How does it switch scenes from the auditorium after that? How does he get to the auditorium? Is he following Gabriella?
What? No. How little of this movie do you remember?
I don't fucking remember anything.
Shortly after that, remember their auditions are during free period, so that's when he avoids Chad to get to the auditorium,
that's what that was.
And sneaks all around the school to get to the...
That's right, and he's like running through the auto shop. Is that one?
Yeah.
It doesn't help that we watched them back to back, so like...
Everything's blurring.
Yeah, except for the second one.
Well, yeah, that wasn't in a school. And then we get to meet Kelsey and her song, the tryout song.
What I've been looking for?
Yeah, what I've been looking for. We get to watch a lot of people badly perform it.
Oh, we do? It's like the American Idol thing?
Auditions.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah. So funny. There's even a guy who comes out and dances like just some ballet, doesn't even sing.
Was that
Lynn
Swan?
No, it's probably a recognition thing. Like, hey, David.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's Lynn. I rewatched the clips earlier. I just rewatched all the songs. And I could not help but notice that Kelsey looks like Buzzy from Cranium Command.
What's
Cranium Command was a ride at Disney.
I remember, well, like, we weren't old enough to go on that.
I don't know what it is either, but I know who Buzzy is from Jenny Nicholson. Mm-hmm. But look at her. She looks like Buzzy. They even had the same fucking hat and glasses. Of course, this is the Sharpay and Ryan's big real debut, I would say, where they do their version of what I've been looking for. I much prefer this to...
Yeah, not to hate on Kelsey, the song's good, just it doesn't work slow. Like, even when, like, Troy and Gabriella sing it, I'm like,
No?
When they sing it at, like, how it's supposed to sound. And they're just all singing it all mellow and chill.
Oh, is that? Well, I never realized that it was supposed to be a slow song.
Because obviously you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't.
Clearly you weren't paying attention.
I was thinking about how much Kelsey looks like she should be in a little space chair commanding a brain or whatever Buzzy does. What the fuck is Buzzy?
Oh my gosh.
What is Cranium Command? I gotta do an episode on that. I don't know what I thought. What did I think? Did I think that Ryan and Sharpay... I guess I never realized until we did this that Kelsey wrote everything. I thought it was like Ryan and Sharpay
Well, that's why...
did the song.
Spoiler, that's why she ends up getting the scholarship to Juilliard, because she composed...
That happens at the end of the third
all
movie.
The plays? Like, do you think they just hand out Juilliard scholarships to no one?
Yes, because no one likes actors. I'm talking to you, Glenn Howerton, Juilliard alum. No, I realized that as we were watching the movies...
They literally... That's like one of the first thing, like, Troy says
Oh, really?
to her ever. She says, so you're the composer. You're the playmaker.
Oh.
You made all of this, therefore you should be able to make the decisions.
I'll say this. We didn't really talk about our history with this franchise at the beginning like we usually do with these topics. I watched the first one plenty as a kid. Clearly not enough.
Clearly wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I clearly did not pay attention. And I didn't know Kelsey had really anything to do with it until this recent rewatch we did. Little Buzzy herself. Buzzley.
Yeah, of course.
Needless to say, I love Ryan. He is my favorite. I love his outfits. His clothing kind of looks like my closet, just with less rhinestones. I notice he has a bunch of rhinestones in one of his shirts when he dances in this song. Yeah, I always loved Ryan. Did you like Ryan and Sharpay?
Yeah, of course. Did you know they hated each other?
What?
Yeah.
Like Jamie and Adam Savage?
Yeah, like they, like, in the first... They said it in multiple interviews that, like, in the first High School Musical, Ashley Tisdale and...
Fuck, I had his name.
Oh my gosh, I just had his name in my brain.
I don't know how you say it.
Gabriel...
Lucas Grabiel? Lucas Grabiel?
Isn't it Gabriel?
No, it's Grabeel.
Gabriel!
Grabeel. Grabiel.
Pretty sure it's Gabriel.
That makes no sense. If it's spelled like that and it's pronounced Gabriel, why didn't you just spell it Gabriel? I have no idea.
It's his last name.
Lucas Grabiel. He sounds like a Star Wars character. Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, they admitted that they hated each other. Which is funny because you can kind of see it somewhat between them. But of course they're twins, so... Sometimes they could hate each other.
Was that just for, like, the first movie? Or, like, did they hate each other through the whole thing?
That's what I said, just the first movie. And then they started to like each other more.
They're two feisty cats.
Mm-hmm.
Meow. They wanted to make Ryan, like, outwardly gay. But Disney said, no way!
I mean...
He's... What? Go on.
I was just gonna say it was a different time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's pretty obvious.
Like, it was still, like, taboo, like, you know, but don't say it.
Yes. He was gay-coded is the term used quite often. But I think in the third one, they might have leaned into it a little more. But both, what's the guy's name? Kenny Ortega. He's gay. So maybe. I wonder if Ryan is based on Kenny Ortega.
I don't know. Maybe added more of a sass to it. That doesn't make sense, though, because her and him went to the prom together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
they still had, like,
That doesn't mean anything, though.
I mean...
Also, we're getting ahead of ourselves. When does that happen?
Oh, that's the third one.
Yeah, this happens in the third movie. That is Sharpay trying to, like, use Ryan to, like honeypot Kelsey.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, plenty of gay people go to the prom with their straight friends.
Yeah, good point. Anyways.
So, yeah, anyway, after we get past the glowing, tremendous theatrical production that is Sharpay and Ryan, We get to the slump that is Troy and Gabriella.
Okay. So yeah, obviously in the movie, they auditioned for the play somewhat secretly because no one else is there. And they get a callback for the lead, so they're now going against Sharpay and Ryan for the lead. Which, of course, Sharpay and mainly Sharpay freaked out over because originally they were the only two that auditioned, right? So they should have gotten the leads no matter what, because they were literally the only two auditioning for the leads.
That's not true.
Yes, it was!
Those other horrible singers also auditioned.
What? There was other parts.
Oh.
Have you never seen a drama audition before?
Well...
You normally all have one song that...
I know. Oh, is that how that works?
You can run it. Well, you can do it multiple ways, but normally either you bring your own monologue and they have a song for you to sing.
Oh, I didn't realize they were all...
We were just focusing on the song they all sing.
Oh, I thought they were all auditioning for... like, whatever. What is this production, by the way?
No, don't you remember seeing the sign-up list? Literally only Sharpay and Ryan's name were there for the main...
Oh, no, I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
We should have watched this again. Okay, let's... Hold on. What is the show they're putting on? Did they ever say?
It's their spring musicale. Or is it spring or winter? I don't remember. No, it's their winter show.
Is it?
I think it's their winter show.
Oh, well.
Well, they have 2 shows a season, so it's one of them.
When is basketball held? That's an indoor
sport?
No,
it has to be spring, because they just got back from
Yeah, because the second one is summer. Oh, yeah, that too.
Wait, but technically when you come back in January, it's still winter.
Yeah, but it's Albuquerque, and they were in the Utah mountains.
I don't know. I think they're saying it's a winter one just because it's January, but like I don't know. Maybe that's one of those schools that performs every season. At the same time. No, like they perform one every season.
I get the feeling that that's what it is, but I think it makes more... It's gotta be at the beginning, because it starts on January 1st.
Yeah, therefore it's winter.
Wait, what?
No. Therefore, this is the winter musical.
No, I'm saying it makes more sense that it would be spring, because it would be January to May, which is the general school dates of that.
Okay, you do realize this doesn't matter, right?
It's fun to talk about, though. None of this matters. We're talking about High School Musical. Anyway. What happens next?
Everyone finds out that they auditioned. Especially everyone freaks out on Troy because he's the basketball boy. So they're like, what is he doing?
That's my nickname in high school.
And that's when Stick to the Status Quo
starts
in the cafeteria. No, we didn't skip anything.
What is that? What is that? What I've been looking for? Reprise.
What? That's when
that's their version. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's their bad version. Stick to the Status Quo. I want to talk about that one.
I love that one. I feel like it is like not a lot of people liked it for some reason. I loved it. That song always stuck out to me. And I liked how it showed that even though they were on their own little cliques, they all did something different that was like outside of their clique. Like Zeke Bakes, even though he's a basketball player.
The one girl likes hip-hop or whatever.
Oh, the Brainiac likes hip-hop dancing.
I just watched it. I should remember.
The skater dude plays cello.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So he's in an orchestra. There was another one.
The nerds.
No.
Like...
Or did I hit all
sportsbets.com.
Yeah, it was just nice, because that is true. Even though you could be in a clique, you could have other interests as well.
This, I feel that, well... There's an interesting element of this film where I don't know what kind of musical it wants to be and what kind of story it wants to tell. Because, like, Kenny Ortega obviously loves musicals. He loves music and everything. But, like, the message and everything behind it, like, Stick to the Status Quo. It's a great song. It's great music. It's a neat message, especially for kids and preteens and teenagers. Was this a film that teenagers liked? Is something I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it's just interesting because it really reminds me of the Carrie musical, which I bring up as often as I can. I absolutely love.
How on earth does this remind you of Carrie?
You have never listened or watched the Carrie musical? Because you refuse to, so don't ask, or excuse you. There is a song in that, the musical opens with a song called In, which is focusing entirely on the teenage high school experience. And it's about kids who, they want to fit in. They're yearning to fit in. They are worried about what everybody else thinks of them. There's lines like, I don't care about studying for my SATs. I worry about what I'm going to, what my friends are going to think about me. Stuff like that. And this whole musical, I realized, watching all three of these films, really does remind me a lot of the Carrie musical.
So it reminds you of a musical based on high school.
No, it's because it's pop rock and like
High
just the sounds of it.
Musical.
Yeah, but Carrie it feels more down to earth than this does. This is a very heightened reality, the High School Musical universe. But I really like Stick to the Status Quo because, like Carrie, it brings forth the elements and the ideas that I believe everybody, no matter what, can relate to. And that's why I think coming-of-age stories and stories about teenagers are so popular, is because that's the one moment in time and in your life that everybody can relate to these aspects. After that, you grow, you go into different directions. But that teenage core experience is something that, no matter who you are, you can always relate to elements of it and specifications of it. So Stick to the Status Quo is one of my favorites because it does that. I really enjoy that, like, sort of core aspect of it, of looking, especially now as we're adults, looking back on it and seeing like, oh well, this is still something that kids have to worry about and go through. And
yeah, it's high school.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like it, is because...
I mean, it's not as... Well, I get it. Everyone's high school experience is a little bit different. At least for me, it's not as intense as it was for this school. Like, I mean, just because you were a jock didn't mean you couldn't do anything else. Like, I don't know about your guys' school, but, like, that just made them more popular. Like, our class... Was it our class president? No, our valedictorian. He was on the football team. He was on the basketball team. Of course, a good amount of the sports you could think of. But he was also in varsity band, and he was in culinary. He did everything.
Yeah.
It just made him more popular. He was in the orchestra. He was everywhere. And, like... He was the smart kid. He took all the AP classes, obviously, valedictorian. He basically was all these characters in Stick to the Status Quo.
That's why I said it's a very heightened existence, because that's an unrealistic thing, is the whole clique idea. That's a very Grease era, sort of 70s, 60s idea of high school.
And even I get it, you do form, like, some cliques, because normally, like, if, for instance, like... you're just closer in the activities that you do. Like, that's why more, the sports teams hangs out with whatever sports they're in. Just
humans are a social creature.
Yeah, just because that's who you make friends with. But, like, I remember my year, what was it, my junior year of high school, majority of it, like, when I was at lunch, I hanged out with a whole different type of people. Like, I was hanging out with a track star, and then a singer, like a varsity choir singer, like, I don't know, just a different group of kids. I don't know.
I smoked pot with the valedictorian of my high school all the time.
See?
But yeah, I always like that. And I think it does come from my belief that too many people, once they reach adulthood, forget, either purposefully or ignorantly, what they themselves went through, and in terms of, like, growing up and, hormonal teenage years and everything like that, and disregard the lives and the worries. Like, obviously, fucking high school doesn't matter. We all know that it doesn't. But if you're in the midst of it, and that's all that your life is, then yeah, it's gonna matter. Status quo is gonna matter. It's the beginning of a new whatever.
The start of something new.
The start of something new. There you go. So I always like this. And it's just catchy. It reminds me of, here's going back to the Carrie musical. It reminds me of The World According to Chris. Check the description for the playlist of the Carrie musical because they're great songs. But The World According to Chris is like, Chris is the bully from Carrie. So she's kind of a Sharpay figure. And the beats are kind of the same. But she sort of talks about how her dad raised her to believe that, you get on top by crushing others.
Well, yeah, how else do you get on top?
Exactly. So, anything else about stick to the status quo?
No, I was pretty much done with it. So, of course, right after that, after everyone gets mad, Chad and Taylor try to sabotage them. They're such great friends.
Yeah, what the fuck? How do they what do they do to sabotage them?
They make Troy say a lot of mean things about Gabriella in the play. And Gabriella sees it. It was a weird part of the movie. I never liked it.
Yeah, they should remake it, but have it...
And it only...
but do it with a deep fake.
It happened in, 10 seconds. It was,
I kind of can, picture it in my head, but yeah, it's very much like, we need something to happen. We need this to happen here.
Yeah, but right after that, Chad and Taylor thinks it's going to help them, but in reality, it just made everything worse. Troy can't, make a basket anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Gabriella can't solve any math equations.
It's like he fucking, it's like he can't get it up.
Well,
anymore.
Yeah, basically, they can't focus anymore because they're so thrown off. Right after that, they try to apologize and start auditioning more for the callback, which is weird. I guess all of this happened in, a week?
Oh my god.
The timeline makes no sense.
Don't get me started on the timeline. It's never makes sense in any of these films, except maybe the second one. I feel like there's more leniency.
Because it's only over summer,
yeah.
So... But this
Third
could be a
one.
whole school... This is, over a whole school semester, almost.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it. Then, of course...
Hey, time flies when you're young.
Yeah, it really does. Of course, they're finally auditioning again. They're getting ready.
Wait, you skipped
what?
Her song.
Oh, yeah, she has her little sad song.
I really like this one.
It's cute.
Is it? It's not her that's singing it.
Is it?
I don't think so.
Who's singing it then?
Is it?
I
guess it is
sure
her.
It's her.
I thought there was another one where it's not her.
Where would it not be her? And why wouldn't they talk about that?
I saw people in the comments saying that it's not Vanessa Hudgens, that it's someone else, but I didn't bother looking it up. I don't know, maybe... Is this the one where she's singing around her house?
Well, they'd have to give credit on the soundtrack, otherwise they can sue unless they made them sign an
NDA.
An NDA, yeah.
This is the one where she's singing around the house, right?
What, around the school?
I thought no. It starts in her house. And then
it's at the school. Who's seen this more?
You.
Uh-huh. It's right after, He says all those mean things, and she's walking around the school now, all sad.
Anyway, I like this song. It's touching, I guess. I mostly just like her voice. It's very melodic.
Yeah, her voice makes it.
Yeah, nothing else to really say. It's no stick to the status quo.
It was cute with their relationship too, because she says I thought you were my fairy tale. A dream when I'm not sleeping.
I can't really remember.
The lyrics, it just makes it so much cute. And along with the movie, how she, Troy just makes her come out of her shell and, experience more. And it's kind of
Yeah, what is she has a line at the beginning. She's like, I'm the most intelligent girl at this school, or something like that, doesn't she?
She doesn't say that,
something
but
like
she
that.
is.
To that extent. She makes a crack about it with, I think, Taylor.
No, she doesn't. She's trying to hide that because she's tired of being the school's freaky genius girl.
There, that's what it is. That's what I was talking about.
That's not a compliment.
I think that's pretty... that was my nickname in high school.
She's not happy about that.
I can't remember what it was. I can't really remember that. What would
That was when she first got there with her mom.
That's what I was talking about.
And she was telling her mom, I don't want to be the school's freaky genius girl again. Off. And her... Mom just says, just be yourself. Just be Gabriella.
Just sing, darling. Sing. What were those lyrics that you liked again?
I thought you were my fairy tale, a dream when I'm not sleeping.
I can't really remember those. Do you think you can
sing
them? Please?
No, I'm not going to fall into that
trap. Come on. You know you can do it.
Because I already know I can't sing in that key. So no.
Well, neither could Zac Efron, but that didn't stop him.
Yes, it did.
I'll get Vanessa Hudgens on Cameo to to just do a quick singing, and then I'll overlap it with your voice. Anyway, where were we?
You made me backtrack. So yeah, that happened right after Troy was being a jerk. Never trust a jerk. And then
Never trust a guy named Troy.
But of course,
break into your city in a giant horse.
They all end up making up and start auditioning again, preparing their song for the callback. Once Sharpay and I almost said Sharpay and Evan. Once Sharpay and Ryan.
How do you get those two? Really? Sharpay versus Evan Hansen.
I'm talking here. Once they get whiff of that they're back in, they sabotage it and try to make a plan to have the decathlon and the basketball tournament the same time and date as the callback.
How do they do that?
They just convinced them to change the dates.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. It wasn't that
Who
hard.
do you convince?
Miss Darvis. Who else do you convince?
Oh,
She's the one holding the auditions.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, are they paying something like the principal or like the district off or something?
This part is where they all come together. They're all in this together.
Not yet, though.
They're all in this together.
Not yet.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yes. They literally say it in the movie. Would you stop?
They gotta bop to the top first.
I'm not talking about the song. So they all work together to get Gabriella out of the decathlon and to pause the basketball game, which I still don't understand how they did that. Like, I know they're smart, but when did they learn to code and send a virus to the entire stadium? Obviously, they sent an error code to the stadium soundboard.
This is something I do not remember. What?
Why are you even here right now? Go. You don't remember anything.
I thought...
They sent a code from their computer to stop everything in the gym.
That seems illegal. Who do they get to do that?
They did it. They hit codes on their computer and sent it.
That feels like...
And it stopped the scoreboard and all the lights.
That feels like there was an additional storyline that got cut where they introduced a nerdy kid or something who knew how to code.
I guess. They probably knew someone who knew how to code.
Comes out of nowhere.
And hack. They would have had to hack all of that.
Ned from Spider-Man Homecoming spins around in his little chair.
So I don't know how they did all that. That was always really impressive in my kid brain when I was like, whoa. How they stop an entire basketball game.
It's still impressive.
And it was the championships too, so
oh yeah.
A lot of people were there. And then the decathlon, that was easy. They just set something on a burner for too long and it started to burn and stink up the whole room.
It's almost like Endless Love.
That was easy for them. They accidentally air quotes, left something on a burner.
Who starts the fire?
It made it look like it was an accident because it was like a burner off to the side, but they did it to get out of there.
Do we see who does it?
I'm pretty sure it would be one of them. No, the scene went so fast. No, Taylor.
Oh yeah,
Chad would be playing the basketball game at this time.
Oh, that's right. Well, wouldn't Taylor be at the decathlon?
I said Taylor.
Yeah, but I was asking who started the fire. Maybe she was told to do that by Tom Cruise.
I don't know. They also had a whole team there. They could have made someone else do it.
I feel like this ending was just like Kenny Ortega, or not Kenny Ortega. What was the guy's name? The Italian man. He was writing this script and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm already at 50 pages or however." It's a minute a page or whatever.
Yeah, gotta wrap it up real quick. But of course, that cuts to also Bop to the Top.
Oh, I love Bop to the Top.
Such a good song.
It's a bop.
To the top.
Top of the pops.
So that was Bop to the Top is Sharpay and Ryan's callback song.
It is fucking hilarious.
It's such a good song.
It's a great song. It is a hilarious acting portion too.
Yeah.
They are so fucking. He's going like arriba or whatever.
Oh yeah, they speak Spanish in it. Yeah, I was so confused when I first watched it, which is sad.
Why?
Because I was like, why are they speaking Spanish in this song?
Oh, what? That confused you?
It just threw me off. And then I was 8 when this came out, and
I mean, I was too, and I was like, oh, they're doing something weird.
I
love it. I was laughing just watching it again. It was so... What else do they... Do you remember anything else that...
Like what they say?
Yeah, what they say, what they do.
I don't remember what they first say. I know he says... I think they say, "Do you want to dance?" in Spanish. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, they both say something in Spanish back to each other.
And then I know he says mucho gusto.
That's what I was thinking. Mucho.
And then she says, "Ay, que fabulosa."
That's...
So, like, I'm fabulous.
Those are... Oh, I fucking love that. That's... You can just put that on for like an hour and a half or an hour, and that would be my High School Musical.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else they say.
Ay, que fabulosa, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And just their movement, they're so cartoonish.
And then when Sharpay tries to roll her R's.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Sounds like you doing it.
She does it well.
She sounds like a toucan when she does it.
She says, yeah, she has it really, like, high-pitched, yeah.
Arree!
Yeah.
Great. They are the best part of all of these films.
Yeah.
I think that everybody can agree on that. Like, sure, you get your kind of Romeo and Juliet. I kept seeing that online. That this is like Romeo and Juliet. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you're going to say that, then you can make anything like this Romeo and Juliet. I wouldn't say that.
What about Nomeo and Juliet?
This is definitely more Nomeo and Juliet than Romeo and Juliet.
I feel like you've probably read Romeo and Juliet more recently than I have.
I've never actually read the whole thing.
I thought you did it for your English classes.
I only had to read bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have enough time to read the whole thing.
Because I was going to see if you could go through and correlate the characters.
Well... I mean, they have the whole, like, oh, we're on different sides.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, two come together and are all like, hey,
I feel like that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, that's about it.
Because, like, who is Mercutio?
I don't know. Who's Mercutio?
Mercutio?
Is that the cousin?
I think so.
No, I thought his name was...
Which one was John Leguizamo?
I don't remember.
That's the most recent Romeo and Juliet thing I've seen is Romeo plus Juliet. I fucking love that movie. That is such a good movie. Anyway...
It is a little bit, but it only takes one element out of Romeo and Juliet. It's not like no one...
It's not like they kill themselves at the end. They jump from the rafters to...
Right after Sharpay and Ryan sing their song.
Bop to the top.
Bop to the top. Troy and Gabriella finally come for their callback. They kind of make it, even though...
Callback?
What? Yes, it's a callback.
Oh, I forgot.
You're not even reading your own words.
No, these aren't my words. These are somebody on Wikipedia's words.
Okay, fine.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, so do they ever show the actual theater performance?
No.
I don't know if I've ever realized that.
No, this is all over a callback. That's why I said the timeline's weird.
Oh. How long does a callback usually take?
Like a week? Maybe 2?
I think it actually makes more sense, because for some reason, even though we watched it, in my mind, I've been thinking that it's the big show. And I think it's because I'm getting it confused with the third one, where that thing happens. But if this all is about the callback, which I just now realized it is, then I think that this sped up timeline of this, how fast this movie goes, makes way more sense. If it just takes place over the course of like a week?
A week or 2, maybe 3.
I think like a week and a half, maybe. Or maybe 2 weeks, I feel, at
3
most.
is kind of pushing it,
Yeah, I feel like 2 weeks, right at the beginning of the school year. 2 weeks. Young love, these kids are going, oh my god, the amount of friends I had who would break up with their girlfriends and get back up together with them.
The only thing that doesn't make sense
like
is
2 days
how
later.
are they already at the championships for basketball?
Maybe in New Mexico, or just their district in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts in this, October
November,
and goes until January.
I guess. But anyways, so they finally get to perform their song Breaking Free that they're using for the callback.
Where does that song come from?
I believe both those songs are actually in the musical. That's why they're performing them.
Oh, that's why Sharpay and Ryan are so outfitted in their rhinestones.
Yeah, because they were trying to make it their own thing instead of probably what the show actually is.
God, I love them so
but
much. They are the Brat Summer incarnate.
Yes. One of the things that saves them is that because of course, since the basketball game paused and the decathlon paused
because of a fire.
it was steam. It wasn't even fire. Anyways, it causes everyone to go to the auditorium to see their audition, which I think made them win just because it proved that they can perform in front of a huge crowd.
Also, you win the sort of court of public appeal.
Yeah, and then it because, you know, it was two different audiences. The auditorium was packed. So, like, it showed that it would bring business.
That's really funny.
It's going to sell tickets if they sing.
Where was the decathlon at? Like another auditorium or something?
It looked like it was in their science lab.
I can't really remember what that scene looks like. But that's really funny that they're like, everybody evacuate. There's a fire. Get out of the building. Go to the auditorium.
It wasn't a fire.
Don't the fire alarms go off?
No.
I'm making my own movie over here.
So of course they end up
oh wait, what are your thoughts on Breaking Free?
Loved it. I loved it. I even loved that little part where they show the parents seeing them sing, because this whole time, especially his dad. We didn't talk about Troy's dad.
Yeah, we totally forgot about his.
He's ruining his dreams.
His dad, who's living vicariously.
His dad's all like, "You're not a singer."
He's
all.
Troy? Oh yeah, I as a kid, I always thought Troy didn't have a mom, for some reason.
Just because the dad's in.
Yeah, because the mom's barely fucking in it.
The mom is at the beginning.
What? And when they're in Utah?
Yeah, when they're on vacation.
I never cared. I would be like, High School Musical's on. Oh,
okay,
it's the
could you
ski lodge part.
Focus, please. Why are you talking about the mom now?
Because we brought up the dad and the parents.
I know that, but we didn't even finish talking about the dad. I always really like that point when the dad actually sees like how good he is and how he is on
he hasn't
stage.
Sung anything.
And like, I mean, we don't know anything about Gabriella's mom, but Gabriella's mom gets to see her singing up there too.
She's like, oh God, I hope our husband doesn't find us.
Surprised at, well, not surprised, but in awe of how well her daughter can sing.
My nerdy daughter can sing?
Yes.
She can sing!
I always really liked that performance, especially since the whole, well, not the whole school, but everyone, all the students that ended up in the seats are all cheering them on.
Yeah, I guess. That's always nice when you're popular enough that everybody cheers for you. That didn't happen to me at graduation.
Well, I mean, they are good. Well, I feel like I can't say that now, but
what?
I was gonna say they are good seniors, but
even though one of them isn't.
Well, like that's so frustrating because he can sing though. I still don't understand why they did that.
Because the songs were written in the wrong vocal range.
He sings in Hairspray, okay.
And it was probably written. Well, are you sure?
Yes. That's why it's so frustrating. He can sing, so I don't understand why they did that.
Well, think of his songs in Hairspray, his voice, and then think about Drew Seeley's voice.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sounds like Mickey Mouse next to James Earl Jones as Darth Vader.
Yeah, so after Breaking Free, they end up getting the lead roles in the play. Sharpay and Ryan are understudies, and all of a sudden are really nice about it.
Yeah,
which was weird. They're still like, I'm your understudy now. Break a leg. Haha. In theater, that means good luck. Aha.
In reality, I'm going to Tanya Harding you.
Oh, God, don't talk about that. And then, of course, the basketball team wins. The decathlon, their team wins. And then they all go to the auditorium at the end of the game and have a huge little dance party where they sing We're All in This Together.
We're all in this together. And we'll sing it. I hope I don't get copyright struck.
I highly doubt it.
You
didn't even sing all the words. And of course that one was really fun. Their choreography and everything for that part always was so good.
I saw a fun behind the scenes clip, which was Zac Efron talking about how nervous he was, like on the day of filming, because they were practicing and doing the choreography rehearsals and everything. It's just like the main group together, and then the day of filming, he gets there and there's like 50 extra background dancers or something. 100 people in the stands, just like 300 people in total.
Yeah,
all
that
there.
Would freak me out too.
We're all in this together. Top song, I think, for everybody.
I mean, it's the one that stuck out the most.
It's the... Well, fuck, I can't even think of it. I was going to say whatever the song from Frozen was.
Let It Go.
It's the Let It Go of a High School Musical. Well, I was about to say it's the Let It Go of Horse. It's my brain dying.
Yes.
It's the Let It Go of Horse Musical. Horse School.
It's definitely the song that stood out the most. I mean, it was catchy. That helped a lot. And the fact that they were like,
and it was simple,
resolved all their issues, so they were all in it together.
Yep.
So
which is undone in the next movie.
Undone all in the next movie. And it was just also the choreography. Like, you could tell how much fun they were having, but also it was like really good choreography. Everyone brought their energy. I'll always remember the part where freaking Ryan like jumps from the stands and then everyone just catches him.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's very physical in this film.
Yeah.
There's a scene.
Like,
oh, sorry.
Well, like I was gonna say, because they catch him, then lift him up, and then Sharpay just like walks right under him like a bridge. Like, that always got stuck in my brain. That was so cool.
That turned me on when I was a kid. There's that one that cheerleader we were talking about.
Oh yeah, that background dancer that if you've seen this, or you probably know who we're talking about. There was a blonde cheerleader girl that was a background dancer she had the short bob hair.
Yeah, bob hair and like thick with brown eyebrows, I think.
Yeah, like she obviously dyed her eyebrows. I was like
in love with her when I was a kid.
She's always in the background dancing as a cheerleader, but like, she just, I don't know what it was about her. She just she grabbed your attention. Mm-hmm. She, like, I don't know. Did we even find out who she was?
I think she's just an extra.
Yeah, and she doesn't, I think we tried to find her, and, like, she doesn't even have a credit for the role or anything. But it's just kind of like, dang, like, she really works that movie. Mm-hmm. And all the background dancers, she stood out the most every single time.
Yeah, and like, because I was so in love with her when we were watching this, I was like, oh, the camera's gonna cut to her, and she's like, does this whole like routine, like she's always in the foreground. She's barely, like, maybe 5 seconds worth of footage.
I thought it was 3.
Maybe like 10.
Because she has that moment when she's dancing in Status Quo where it's just
her. She's in that too? Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, I wish they credited her so we could figure out who she is. Because she just always stuck out.
Maybe it's on the High School Musical fan wiki.
And we might be able to find her, yeah. And then, of course, a fun little ending. So there is a post-credit scene. Earlier in the movie, Zeke gave Sharpay, like, a bag of cookies that he made for her, even though, like, she was like, ew, carbs, or ew, sugar. Like, I'm not going to eat that. But at the very end, it cuts to her eating the cookies and, like, running to Zeke asking her.
Yeah, he's like
asking him to make more, and he's all like, okay, yep. Like, yeah, I'll even make you a creme brulee.
Poor Zeke, he's like alone in the gym auditorium, like kicking balloons like sad Charlie Brown, like they left him there to clean up or something. And then Sharpay runs in and sees him. And then nothing ever comes of that. Like, it seems like it's implying that they would have a relationship. Maybe Disney said no to that too, because interracial.
It just didn't happen. I don't know why. They just because she wanted more cookies doesn't mean they have to date.
Yeah, but he was always, the way I always watch this film, big fan here. I always thought that he, he had like a crush on her.
Yeah.
That's how I always took it.
Doesn't mean she technically has a crush on him.
I guess. Also, I feel like he's too kind to date Sharpay, and he probably realized it very quickly about how toxic she is.
Yeah, good point.
And that is how the film ends. But that is not the end of the High School Musical story. Because at the Disney parks, there were a couple of things. Mm-hmm. The one I discovered was just from last year, called Disney Channel Night.
Oh, I'm so upset I missed that.
Held March 5th and 7th at the Disneyland in California. Disney Channel Night had, amongst a bunch of other stuff that was popular 20 years ago, the High School Musical Pep Rally, which took place on the streets of Disneyland parks, celebrating the songs from the beloved High School Musical franchise. I actually didn't look into that, but I assume it's probably just a recreation of the original High School Musical Pep Rally, which officially premiered at both parks in October 2006. The High School Musical Pep Rally was a traveling stage show that would run in Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios, whatever, I think is where it was in Florida. Mm-hmm. And then it was also at Disney California Adventure Theme Park. It was about 15 or there was a 15-minute performance at the end, but in total, because of how slow the floats went, it took about 45 minutes.
Dang.
That is a long fucking time. The songs that they did were Get Your Head in the Game, What I've Been Looking For, Stick to the Status Quo, We're All in This Together, and, they have basketballs, and they, incorporate the audience in this stuff. There's cheerleaders, basketball players. In the video I saw, there was a stereotypical 50s nerd with the big glasses and, the tape around the middle, and a fucking, Poindexter suspenders and everything. So I watched those. You, however, experienced it firsthand.
Well, no, not that one. The High School Musical 2 one.
Oh, so we can't even talk about it yet until next time.
Well, it sounds like it was the same thing.
Well, hold on to what you're saying, because I could not find much about High School Musical 2s.
Well, I have photos.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put those in the video.
Because I was one of the people they called up to, perform with them. So
What?
Yeah, my grandma took a bunch of photos.
My God, look forward to that next episode.
If I can find them.
But yeah, that's what they did for a while. And because these films came out consecutively year after year, they just kind of switched up the choreography and the songs. She's currently looking through her giant photo album.
Oh, that's me in Disneyland when I was 3. Got me with my backwards cap.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Lilo and Stitch one.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm jealous. I didn't have a Lilo and Stitch cap. I just had the CD that I'm surprised still works. Do you have any closing thoughts on High School Musical, the first one?
No. I just loved it.
Yeah, I too really liked it. As we discovered, that was the only one I've ever seen. I never actually saw the second one, but we'll get to that next time. Lena.
Quiz me.
Are you ready for trivia? Here, each episode, we challenge each other to trivia. Also, you go, or I go first, is how we do this, remember?
Yeah.
So currently, the score stands at Blake, 6 points, Lena with 8 points. Because you got that fucking Nicolas Cage question right. The National Treasure one. Without using multiple choice. So this is through the random trivia on the Disney Play app. Are you ready to read me my question?
Yeah. I wonder if you're going to get this.
Oh no, that's never good.
What is the name of the large multi-tiered fountain at the center of Epcot?
Fuck. God damn it. No, the only thing I can think of is a Rolly Crump sculpture.
I don't think you're going to get this.
I'm not. I'm obviously not.
Okay.
Can you read me
you
the
have
choice?
A, You Got a Friend in Me fountain.
Oh my god.
B, World Fellowship fountain.
Ah, fuck, it's that one. It's World Fellowship Fountain.
Yeah.
Final. God damn it. Let me see the picture. I want to.
But there's no picture.
Oh, I thought they posted a picture of it. Oh my god, she found the pictures. That's what I saw on YouTube. Alright, are you ready for your question?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it!
What?
To ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, what does Benjamin Gates decide to steal in Disney's live-action film, National Treasure?
Sorry, I'm still laughing in my head.
Then laugh out loud. It's weird if you don't laugh out loud. You just stare at me.
The Declaration of Independence.
Is that your final answer?
Really?
Would you like multiple choice?
No.
Wow, look at that. You're right. Declaration of Independence.
Maybe because we were getting those right, they were like, oh, the algorithm was like, oh, they know National Treasure.
I don't like it when it's giving me the hard questions. Alright.
I probably would have gotten that. Hey, technically you did get that other one.
Yeah, after you read it out to me.
Technically you still got it.
So that is our trivia. I hope you stop getting National Treasure
No, I don't.
questions, because the score currently stands at Blake, 7 points, Lena, a whopping 10 points. You are at double digits. And that is the end of this episode. As always, check us out online. Follow I Need Some Disney on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Follow us anywhere podcasts are held except for Apple because it's a pain to set up. And check out my YouTube channel as well if you like comic books. And Yeah, I always do terribly at these outros. Do you have anything to say as you flip through your photo album?
Bye.
All right, I guess that's it. Bye.
Thanks for listening to I Need Some Disney. This podcast is in no way affiliated with or endorsed by the Walt Disney Company. All opinions, facts, and fun here are our very own. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with us online. Leave any suggestions for future topics in the comments.